Hello and welcome to this very special edition of Out of Britain with me, Radhika Iyer, on NDTV. At the age of 16, young girls, students, young people, youth are planning their future, choosing their subjects, thinking of higher education. But here with me is this beautiful young girl, Prisha Tapre, who is going to do something outstanding. She's going to be swimming the English Channel solo, and arguably she would be the youngest 16-year-old to do that. Would you agree with that?
She'll be the youngest British Indian, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And for this year, she will most likely be the youngest.
Be the youngest
Yeah.
because she's only turned 16 a few days ago. So that's Prisha Tapre with me, and with me is Jeremy Irvine. Jeremy coaches Prisha in the swimming, and we are coming to you from the beautiful Denham Lake, which is just northwest of London. It's so scenic, it's beautiful, and luckily the sun is out, so we're having a good morning here.
Yeah, it's really good.
You're just out to swim. What's your state of mind?
It's kind of blank. Not really anything in it right now.
It's the best thing to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prisha, why are you doing this?
Loads of people ask me why I swim the channel, and to be fair, I have no answer. I assume I'm crazy, but I think that I really wanted to challenge myself. Like, if you told me 4 years ago I was going to swim the English Channel, I would laugh in your face. But I always wanted to do something big just to prove to myself that I can do it.
Is this big?
Yeah, in my eyes.
It's a big deal.
In my eyes, it's pretty big. But I feel like this is just the start. It's like the opening to an unexplored cave, because there's so many bigger things that you can do, and I think this is just gonna give me like a step into the door.
And is there a purpose? Have you thought about it over practice days? Have you thought about what this could mean to somebody else who may be perhaps watching this interview? What would you like to inspire people with?
So part of the reason I'm raising money for a charity and I want people to know about the swim is because I want other ethnic minority groups, and especially like girls, to get into swimming, because I've noticed that there aren't many girls who are into the sport necessarily, and I really want to influence them to start, because open water it's getting more popular, but I really want some ethnic minority groups to like join in.
Sure. Especially girls. For them to be in any sport is rare.
Yeah.
And then to be in swimming is even rare.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately, there is a lot of taboo still attached to the fact that swimming means you're out there wearing fewer clothes. Have you
Exactly.
heard that?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why
Shocking.
it's so hard for them to for people to get into the sport. But I feel like in some countries it still is. So I'm thankful that in England it's normal
Yes.
for girls to swim.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for doing that. Jeremy, you've been coaching Prisha and many other children and kids for years now. Have you noticed a lot of changes? Have you seen a lot more girls joining the sport from different diverse backgrounds?
I think in the last 5 years, I think yes. Prior to that, there were very few girls of ethnic origins, but now, thankfully, I think it's an area that is growing, and I think it's a great opportunity for girls to sort of find and discover themselves and discover where their limits are. I mean, we have lots of girls in the clubs, and I think this side of it is now growing, and of course the boys don't like being beaten by the girls, so it increases the competitiveness along all the squads, so it's really good. Yeah.
Great. But they can only hope for it.
Yeah.
But it always ends up happening that the girls beat the boys. Don't they? Okay, you said it's a big deal, and of course it's a big deal to swim the English Channel because it's such a challenging route. But tell us a little bit basic facts. How long is it going to be? How many people have done it? Why is it such a big deal?
So the English Channel is around 32 kilometers, 30. But it usually takes swimmers around up to like 36 to 40 because you get pushed by the tide. The tide is like what changes your swim, because depending on the tide, that is how long you can take. But if all goes well, I'm aiming for around 12 hours. But it all depends on the wind speed and the weather. How many people have swum the channel?
I think they're up to about 2,000 now. I think there's only 2,000 different people. Some people have swum it more than once, but
Across the world.
yes, in total, yeah. And compared to other extreme sports like often compared to climbing Mount Everest, very few people have swum the channel in comparison to something like that. So it's whilst it's become more popular over the last 5-10 years, there are still lots of people that are yet to do it.
Yes, of course. And what makes it such a challenge?
Well, this is the cold. I think for most people, they're not used to swimming in water that can be less than 17 degrees throughout for that amount of time, for at least 12, 14 hours. So it's a big physical challenge, and mental, of course. I mean, the majority of it is mental. But having the right training and the right support with you on the boat, cheering you on the way, makes anything possible. So Prisha's got some good people around, not just me. But she's really done well in her training, and I have every confidence in her.
You feel ready?
Yeah, so ready. We did a 10-hour swim like 2 weeks ago, and I was telling him, like, can't we just do it this week? Because I felt so confident, and I just wanna like push it forward so I can get it done.
Yay! Who do you don't want to meet in the waters?
Well, you know how we did the relay swim. I really don't want to meet like tuna. We saw tuna on the way back, but I've seen dolphins. Like, we didn't see dolphins, but I know they can swim around the boat. I feel like jellyfish, especially because I haven't been stung, and Jeremy said there are two types of people in this world: the ones who have been stung by jellyfish, and the ones who are about to be stung by jellyfish. So I feel like I will get stung in the channel, but I just have to push through that.
Bring it on! Big deal. We'll deal
It
with
will
that.
be quite entertaining because I'll be bored from swimming, so it will spice it up a bit.
Okay. Now to this angle of you being British Indian, being born to Indian parents who are from Maharashtra. What is it about you? Where does this grit come from, Prisha?
I think it comes from my mom's side, to be fair.
Okay. Why?
Because she was an athlete when she was my age, and she, like, to this day, she never gives up, and I see that from her. Because when I used to swim in the lake like 2 years ago, we had to do longer numbers of swims, and I never ever, I hated doing half laps because I just felt like it wouldn't be the right thing to do to myself. So in situations like that, I never gave up, and because of open water, it changed how how I did things in other things. So like in my homework, or when I was revising for my exams, I didn't give up. I just kept going because open water, like, it made me headstrong, and I think I get that from my mom.
Yeah. And you just keep going.
Yeah,
That's all you know.
Well,
That's
if
all
I
you need to
stop,
do.
Jeremy will throw me back in.
Indeed. And so many people are going to be watching you, seeing these reports. You're not the first one, but you're surely one of the only 2,000 in the world who's going to be doing this. So hearty wishes. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And I hope that you meet very few jellyfish in the water. When you're there, what's your headspace like? What do you achieve in your head?
In my head, it's completely empty, and if I start thinking, I get in my head, and then I start thinking about the time and I start being more aware about my aching muscles and the cold. So the best thing when I'm swimming is to get out of my head. I just try. It's like I try and meditate. Like I keep my mind entirely blank. So that means no one talks to me when I'm in that headspace. It's like when I look out and someone's waving, I won't ever notice. That's how into the swim I am.
Is that a good space?
It is fantastic. You transcend. So, we'll be waving when it's time for her to feed, and she'll be in the sort of, is it really an hour that's gone? And that's such an amazing position to be in. It's, the time will just pass, and she'll just be her and the bubbles. Every third breath, she'll look up and see us on the boat, and away we go. That's what we're aiming for.
Amazing.
And I've seen her do that for hours and hours on end. So she's a little
Amazing.
machine.
Okay.
And smiles. Every now and then you'll get this smile, and you know everything's okay.
When I was talking to Poonam, your mum, she said after the 24th of August, it's literally like a pregnancy or a delivery moment. So the bag is ready, and when the weather is nice, when you get a good window, Jeremy will call and say, now, and then you guys just jump in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in touch with the pilot, so it's entirely in the pilot's hands. He'll be looking at the weather forecast, so we'll have a catch up at 7 o'clock on the nights that it could be, and it'll be literally, you know, we think tomorrow's a good day, so away we go. And we'll drive straight down to Dover then. It's out of our hands. I think a big part of this sport is the acceptance that we're just going to have to be ready. And it's like pregnancy, where you've got the bag ready by the door, just waiting for the call. It's the nature of the beast. It's not like running, where the track is always going to be there.
Yeah.
With swimming, the wind is our key factor. We don't mind rain, but we don't want a lot of wind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a sense of surrender, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm ready, and then when the water is ready for me, I'm just going to go there. It sounds absolutely crazy, may I say, and extremely adventurous, and I hope it's as little as 12 hours, even less perhaps. Let there be great luck with the weather, with the wind, and hopefully you'll be back with as less sore muscles. But good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, and thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Radhika Iyer signing off for NDTV.